To begin our induction ceremony, please join me in welcoming our first presenter, Ms. Shalonda Gill Wilson.
Good evening. It is my extreme pleasure to do our first inductee, Mr. Mark Coggins. Mr. Mark Lowell Coggins is a graduate of Greenwood High School, where he led in football and basketball. In high school, he was a member of the swim team, where he specialized in high diving and was involved in bike racing. He attended the College of the University of Hawaii and later served the Department of Defense. He was a designer with Robert Company and Tryon in Sanford and was a chief engineer with PacFab in Sanford until his retirement in 2000. He has always been involved with athletics, serving as president of the Sanford Area Soccer League for 4 years, served as a vice president of the North Carolina Youth Soccer Association for 8 years, and has coached various sports, including softball and soccer. Mr. Coggins has supported Southern Lee High School athletics since its opening in 2005. During basketball season, he can be seen in every game cheering on the Cavaliers at the top of the bleachers. He is also an avid fan of other Southern Lee sports teams, including football and basketball. Mr. Coggins is still one of the biggest Southern Lee fans around, and in 2015 was one of the 2 recipients named Cavalier of the Decade. Mr. Coggins resides in Sanford and continues to support our athletic program. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me introduce Mr. Mark Coggins.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson, and congratulations, Mr. Coggins. For our next inductee, please welcome Ms. Jan Tart.
Good evening. Mary John Coggins graduated from Deep River High School in 1957. While in high school, she played basketball and was a member of the Women's State Championship team in 1959. She has owned and operated John's Window and House Cleaning Service for over 40 years. And in her spare time, she loves spending time with her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren. Her love of Southern Lee started when the school was built in 2005. Since that time, she has rarely missed an athletic event, and everyone knows exactly where to find her at these events. At football games, she sits at the top of the stands on the 50-yard line, and for baseball, she's right behind home plate. During the basketball games, she can always be found on the 3rd row at center court. She loves every player and strives to be a grandmother to every player that she watches. Each week, you can find her handing out homemade brownies and ham biscuits to the players and the coaches. She is the epitome of cat pride and has already made plans to have her 100th birthday party in this gym in 2039. Mrs. Coggins remains one of Southern Lee's biggest fans, and in 2015, she was one of 2 recipients named Cavalier of the Decade. Mrs. Coggins resides in Sanford and continues to support our athletic program. As someone that was born in Lee County and raised here and went through one of the athletic programs in Lee County, if you are a female and played sports in Lee County, you knew who Mary John Coggins was. Please help me welcome our new inductee to the Cavalier Hall of Fame, Ms. Mary John Coggins.
I met 2 little boys playing basketball in West Lee in about One time we were at a ball game somewhere in another county, a basketball game, and it was so cold, I was crying because we lost, and the tears dried on, froze on my eyelashes. So I've been there with them. But thank you for sharing your children.
Congratulations, Ms. Cox. Please welcome our very own varsity basketball coach, Coach Gaston Collins, who will induct our next member.
Good evening. Akeem Olajuwon Richmond graduated from Southern High School in 2009. In high school, he set many records within the school and state through his involvement with basketball. Akeem set many records at the school level, being named Cape Fear Valley Conference Player of the Year numerous times, and multiple appearances on the All-State Boys basketball team. Akeem played varsity basketball all 4 years in high school and is currently the second all-time leading scorer in the state of North Carolina with 2,846 points between 2005 and 2009. He currently holds the #1 spot in many categories throughout the state, including free throws made in a season and a career, 3-point goals attempted in a season, as well as the number of field goals made. He also holds the top spot in the state for scoring 20 or more points in 85 games between the years 2005 and 2009. I always joke and say Akeem has never had a shot that he didn't like. Akeem received a scholarship from the University of Rhode Island, where he continued to break school records. He currently holds the all-time freshman 3-point record at Rhode Island. Akeem later transferred to East Carolina University, where he currently holds several shooting records and was placed on the ECU Wall of Fame. Akeem graduated in 2014 with a bachelor's degree in communications. He later signed a contract with the Houston Rockets as a free agent, and in 2015, he signed with the Sacramento Kings. Akeem currently lives in Raleigh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to one of the best to ever put on a Southern League basketball jersey, Akeem Olajuwon Richmond.
How are y'all doing? First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to everyone who's a part of the Hall of Fame inductee. It's an absolute honor for me to receive a reward of this magnitude. First of all, I'd like to thank God, because I know that without Him, none of this would be possible. I'd like to thank my family for being here for me. I'd like to thank my girlfriend, my daughter, my sister, all of y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all are my motivation. To my parents, thank you so much for your hard work and your dedication. Y'all played a really big role of helping me get here. Thank you for teaching me how to believe in myself. Thank you for teaching me how to believe in myself. Anytime I've had a bad game, a bad day, or anything, y'all are always there for me, encouraging me. And I appreciate all the support you've given me over the years, and I love y'all. Mom, I know sometimes you don't get all the credit you deserve. You're more behind the scenes, but you're just as important, in my life, and I love you. I can remember being in middle school hearing about the new high school being built. school bus would drive past the construction workers working on Southern Lee every single day. And coming from middle school, my goal was to make varsity. I used to visualize this for myself all the time. A lot of people thought it would be impossible for a 14-year-old freshman to make the varsity basketball team, but a guy by the name of Christopher Cherry gave me a platform to showcase my talents. He believed in a skinny 14-year-old kid, and I'm grateful for that. I also like to thank Coach Collins. You and Coach Cherry, you guys are like father figures to me, and y'all taught me a lot about basketball, but more so about life. Captain is what I call him. Still to this day, anytime I need him, he's always there. Thank you, Captain. I don't want to stay up here too much longer, but I remember my first day at Southern Lee. It was like 2 months before it actually opened. It was in June. My dad and I, you remember this, we rode our bikes from my uncle's house, and the school was still under construction. We walked up to the door, and it was propped open, leading us to the gym, where the floor wasn't even down yet. Neither were the bleachers. My dad and I began to set out goals for myself, goals which consisted of making it to the conference finals, goals of having my jersey retired, and receiving a scholarship offer. After discussing those goals, we casually rode our bikes back to my uncle's house, and then the school year rolled around in August, and I haven't looked back since. Due to suddenly being a new school, everything that we did was history. Every step that we took was history, because no one had ever went to high school here or played sports here. So right away, I knew I had an opportunity to separate myself and be something special. My ultimate goal since I was a kid was to be a high school star, go off and play college basketball, and get my degree and play somewhere professionally. I just wanted to get out of Sanford and make something for myself. I wanted to give kids from my hometown motivation to show them that someone from a small town can make it. You don't have to be from New York, California, or anywhere like that. You can be from right here in Sanford, North Carolina. Being at Southern, meeting the people, the coaches, and teachers that I did prepared me well for everything. Things couldn't have made any better for me. It's like I'm ending to a movie or a storybook ending. And I can honestly say dreams do come true. I'll never forget the people who believed in me and helped me along the way. It's been an incredible journey. I've seen all of this coming, but visualizing this in my head and it actually happening are two different things. So once again, I say thank you for inducting me to the Hall of Fame. This is a forever game. I'm forever in Southern Lee's heart, and Southern Lee is forever in my heart as well. Thank you.
And I speak for our entire community. We all follow you in your career, so congratulations. It was exciting reading about it in the paper and WRL and your career. But I know now why you broke all those records. He has Superman vision. If you guys saw how tiny his phone was and how tiny that font was that he was reading from, almost got Superman vision. So, for our next inductee, please welcome former Southern Lee softball coach, Tammy Batten.
Thank you for having me. B.K. Smith graduated from Southern Lee High School in 2009. In high school, she excelled both academically and athletically. She consistently exhibited the qualities of honor, respect, and sportsmanship that coaches try to instill in their players each day. BK was also very involved within the school, where she served as senior class president and was inducted into both the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. She received many awards while at Southern Lee, including Female Athlete of the Year, Sanford Elks Lodge Student of the Year, was recognized by the U.S. Army Reserve as a female national scholar, and in 2009 was given WRAL's Extra Effort Award. That was a fun afternoon. During her senior year, she led in varsity softball, where she served as team captain. She was also awarded the school's Most Valuable Player in 2009 and was recognized by her coaches as Most Outstanding Offensive and Defensive Player. She was also recognized by the Cape Fear Valley Conference with an All-Academic Award and was named All-Conference, All-District, and All-State in softball. She earned a softball scholarship to Virginia Tech University, where she played 4 years as a starter. During her time at Virginia Tech, she was named Rookie of the Year as a freshman, remained on the honor roll each year, was a part of the All-ACC academic team in 2011, and she graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Biological Sciences. She currently lives in Lillington, and as sometimes life will throw us a curve, she is now a scientist at Pfizer. So we have a little bit of change there. And I do want to add to that what an honor and a privilege it was for Coach Layton, who could not be here this evening, and I to coach this young lady. And as it says, you know, we always hope that we can instill honor, respect, and sportsmanship in our players. And I ran into Kay not too long ago, and she's now coaching. And a question that she asked me that made me smile was, how do you handle all those different personalities? And I thought, amen. It was a fun journey, and one that I am honored and privileged to have had with you. So come on, BK, and accept your award as the inductee of the first class Hall of Fame in 1776.
So public speaking is definitely not a strong suit for me, but first and foremost, thank you to my family. Y'all been there through everything. Traveled across the country playing good old softball for the Hokies. So thank you for that. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. I've had some great years here, and I continue to look forward to future athletes coming through here and being a part of the community. Thank you.
Congratulations, BK. For our next inductee, please welcome former Southern League track coach, Mr. Bill Bivens.
Keely Marie Wood graduated from Southern League High School in 2010. In high school, Keely participated in both cross-country and track, and she did indoor track as well as outdoor track, so she was always running for us. Not only was she a talented athlete, she was a gifted student. She's one of my AV students, and she excelled in the classroom. She could be described as humble, kind, determined. I've coached many athletes who were very gifted, but I've never coached one that worked harder, more determined, and had a better attitude. She indeed exemplified the ideal student athlete, both academically and athletically. And during her sophomore year, she was named Cape Fear Valley All-Conference for cross country, qualified for state with 3A meet, after placing 13th in the region. As a junior, Keely finished 3rd overall in the Mid-East Regional, once again qualifying for the state 3A meet, and she also qualified for the state track championship in the 1600 meter, where she finished 10th. As a senior, she again qualified for the state 3A meet and finished 6th in the state 800 meter state track meet. And she was named most valuable player each year in cross country and 3 times as a member of the track team. Academically, Keely attended Governor's School the summer of her senior year on the campus of Meredith, and she finished 5th in the graduating class. She received an academic and athletic scholarship to attend Wingate University for cross country and track. She continued her success at Wingate, where she continue to excel in both track and cross country. And during the 2013-2014 school year, the Lady Bulldogs won 16 titles, including their first regional title, and the team qualified for the NCAA Division II National Meet in Spokane. Kiwi is currently traveling around the world as a stewardess on a yacht based out of Florida. It was my privilege to coach Kiwi her sophomore, junior, and senior year. She worked harder than anybody I knew, but she would always do what I asked, even if I asked her to do crazy things like get on a bus and we're going to go run the All-American Trail at Fort Bragg up those muddy hills and rocks, or whether it's get up early Saturday morning and run an indoor meet at Chapel Hill. She would do anything we asked, and with a cheerful attitude, leading others. I would say we would do mile repeats, and she wouldn't even ask how many repeats. She just do it. And because of that, she not only excelled every year, but she set a great example for others and made it a joy to coach. So I thank you for the opportunity I had to coach her and teach her. And it's great to be back here and honor her and say afterwards. Thank you.
Hi. Well, first of all, I should probably thank my parents for being there through all of my high school meets and then all through college, traveling all over the country, driving hours away to come watch me run for 20 minutes. And I would also like to thank all the coaches I had here at Southern Lake. Before I had Mr. Bivens, I had Miss Fury, who definitely lived up to her name as a coach and a person. And then I had Miss Coleman, who admittedly knew nothing about cross country, but did her best and was really loud, and sometimes that's all you really need when you're running guide, and you only have 3 seconds to hear what someone's saying. And then finally I had Mr. Bivens, who was not only a coach, but kind of like having your grandpa teach you and help you with running, and even if you're having a bad race and you know that you didn't do as well as you want, he always had a hug for you at the very end, whether you were doing good or bad. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone who pushed me and got me to where I am right here today. So thank you so much.
Congratulations, Keely. And congratulations to all of our inductees tonight. At this time, I welcome Lee County School Superintendent Dr. Andy Ryan to the podium to provide our closing remarks.
Good evening. To begin, I'd like to thank John Clayton for serving as Master Ceremonies tonight, and Chris and Ernie and all the people who put this together. It's been a wonderful evening, and I think the athletic hall thing was a great idea. I think this is a wonderful night for Southern High School and for Lee County to recognize the very first class inductees at Southern Lake. You will forever be the first and only class inductee. And as I listen to everyone with the induction ceremony tonight, I really can't think of a better class to be inducted as the first one. Because as I was sitting there, and I know you were as well, you were listening to the words that were being used to describe everyone. Loyalty, hard work, perseverance, honesty, humble. All those things that we associate with the best of what athletics is supposed to be. I think most of us
wonderful lessons we learned. The other thing that I think Akeem sort of mentioned, but it was woven through everything else that we heard, was the idea of dreaming. Dream for something better. Whether it's our athletes who played at Southern High School, or our Southern League supporters who either look for the best that they can be on the athletic field and the best in others, or our supporters who say, we see potential in not only the athletes at Southern High School, but certainly in high school. The other interesting point I've sort of seen tonight in the theme is the idea that all of our inductees have taken their passion for athletics and their work, and they transferred it to their lives beyond athletics. Their successes, their wins, their passion to make themselves better transfers from athletics to their lives. And because of that, it not only makes them better, but it makes the other people around them better. So tonight, I would like to ask the inductees to stand one more time so we can give you a round of applause. And thank you for everything you've done for us. On behalf of Southern High School, Lee County Schools, and the Board of Education, I know that we all hope that you have enjoyed tonight and that you've had a good evening. We're just so excited to welcome you back and to get your rightful status as the first class in the Hall of Fame at Southern High School. Thanks again for everybody being out tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Dr. Bryant. I just want to say a couple of things quickly. This wasn't in my script, but Mark and Mary, you guys are an epitome of what it means to have community involvement in a local high school. And I know that every time I've ever been out here to see you guys, your support for this school is incredible. And as a community, we thank you so very much. Again, it's an epitome of what community involvement should be to support a local high school. Akeem, I just wish that I had been here to do the PA announcement for your basketball years here. Boy, I would have had some fun with that. Let me just go ahead and tell you that. And BK, I can tell you that I thought that I was doing pretty good at school colors tonight for school pride, but BK, stand up one more time. Let's give her a round of applause. She beat me to it right there. And BK, congratulations, because I know firsthand this was my son's first year in track and field. Let me tell you something, that is not an easy sport. So for your accomplishments, congratulations. That's something to be proud of. So again, congratulations to all of our inductees. We would like to ask each of our inductees to please report to the podium at the conclusion of tonight's ceremony for a group photo. Thank you all so much for attending tonight for the 2017 Southern High School Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Have a great evening.